Hey everyone, Tony here from Tony'sHealthTips.org, and I'm coming to you from the grocery store, this time in the ice cream aisle, the frozen food section. I want to talk to you a little bit about how to minimize your risk when shopping for ice cream, okay? So a couple things you want to look for. Number one is making sure there's no food dyes in the product. You can read on my blog all the reasons why you don't want food dyes, but they're going to be very obvious on the ingredients. It's going to be something like red 40 or yellow 10 or something like that. That's a food dye. You don't want that. So that's the first thing. The second question I have for you is, what is it sweetened with? If it's sweetened with high fructose corn syrup, you don't want the product. Trust me, that's public enemy number one. You want that out of your system, okay? But it's probably sweetened with something because it's an ice cream and it tastes good. So what is it sweetened with? We really want to minimize our risk here by making sure that that sweetener, and you know, cane sugar, corn syrup, anything that says syrup, molasses, those are the sweeteners that we're looking for, okay? We want to make sure that they're the furthest down on the ingredients list as possible. The furthest up they are, the more prominent they are in that product. But look how our companies can be really tricky here, okay? We've got a product here. We've got some Edie's, okay? Look what it says there. No sugar added, okay? What is it sweetened with? Remember I said that's the big question? Splenda. Splenda is somewhere in the top 10 of the worst chemicals you do not want in your body. It's in that same category of, you know, sweet and low and so a lot of those other artificial sweeteners. Absolutely terrible for you. So by saying no sugar added, oh, but there's Splenda, that's like saying, you know, there's no beer in this product. There's just hard grain alcohol. The Splenda is actually far worse for you than the sugar. And now if you're a diabetic, you know, that's not necessarily the case. So yeah, this may appeal to diabetics, but that Splenda is doing so much more damage to the average person than sugar would to begin with. But look at this, man. Half the fat, third fewer calories. It sounds so healthy and no sugar, but it's loaded with Splenda. A couple other things that we want to be looking for here. Does the product contain dairy? If it does have dairy, does it have recombinant bovine growth hormones in it? Okay, so if it's organic, you can absolutely be assured that there's no bovine growth hormones and there's no artificial antibiotics in that product. Now, one benefit here to Ben & Jerry's, again, there are harmful ingredients in Ben & Jerry's, okay? But if you read the label, they brag about how they're not using bovine growth hormones on the label, and that's actually a positive thing as well. So again, a little step up. Be careful of the sweeteners depending on the flavor of that particular ice cream. So I want to move over now to one of my favorite products. Again, it's not perfect, but if you are going to splurge and buy some ice cream, it's a pretty nice choice. We've got here some organic rice dream, it's called. This is a vanilla flavor. This is a cocoa marble fudge flavor, okay? There's no dairy in this. It's actually made with rice milk. And if we look at the ingredients here, you're not going to see any food dyes in there, okay? You're not going to see any, you know, bovine growth hormone because there's no milk in the product, okay? There's no partially hydrogenated oils. That's another one you want to look out for. And the sweetener, again, it is up a little further than we'd like. It's one of those first two ingredients. Organic brown rice syrup as the second ingredient, and organic rice syrup is in the chocolate that's in here as well, so it's listed a couple times. Again, not perfect, but way, way, way better than that Edie's that we saw down there that had the sweetener listed high on the label and had the food dyes in it and had the Splenda in it as well. So again, you know, if you can't be perfect all the time and you need to splurge and you say, I need to have some ice cream, reaching for something like this as opposed to the Edie's or the host of other ice creams that are in this aisle is really a much wiser choice. Take care, everybody.